In this video, I'm putting myself through 15 minutes of rental kart torture to find out who will come out on top. Will I give in to the public session, or will I get the dub and win the day? There's only one way to find out, so make sure to watch to the end of the video and subscribe if you want to see more karting videos on your For You page. So as the lights go green here at Team Sport Action, we're going to rocket down the straight, pressing the boost button to get the maximum speed. And then unfortunately the lights are going to go red for the first time this session. Keep an eye out for those red lights and let me know in the comments on how many you saw in the session today. So we stop, but we're soon going green again, and then this interesting incident happened where this guy turns in as I start to go, and I'm like, what is going on here? And that is 1 and 2 overtakes completed here at Acton. As we come across the start-finish line, let's give you a tour of Acton. So round to the right, keeping it flat out the entire lap here at Team Sport Acton. Turn in just after the metal strip at the bottom of the ramp. Press the boost button down the straight. Turn in at the kink on the right-hand side for the turn number 3. Up the ramp. Turn number 4 is also flat, but with a little lift if you're carrying too much speed. And it's all flat out through here and across the line with an average lap time of 23 seconds. This makes for loads of overtakes and great racing as we actually try and go for the dive bomb but don't quite manage it off. Now I would be lying if I said that we were meant to go for that overtake, but we did it anyway, and it's a red light for the second time here at Team Sport Acton. But we'll soon be going green again, so let's cut to that right away. Now this was actually a great little tussle with this driver in blue here. As he oversteers on the exit there, we catch up massively, and through this right-hander I try and carry more speed down the ramp, but we don't quite have enough on him. Coming through this right-hander once again, catching, and another snap of that oversteer there. And this is what we're going to take advantage of. He's now pushed to the inside and overshoots the corner. We're going to slip up his inside, being very careful not to crash into him. And we complete a little dive bomb into turn number 3. And of course, with this being a team sports session, there's another yellow light as this guy is stuck in the barrier. He's had a meeting with the legendary barrier, and that's a shame for him. And we'll cut to green once again. So as we go green here once again at West London, I want to show you how much oversteering can impact your speed. So this driver oversteers just a little bit, and we managed to gain by almost 2 or 3 kart lengths and overtake him by dive bombing her down the ramp. So make sure when you go-karting to have smooth steering and good throttle control. If you are looking to learn how to do these things, I would recommend this channel called K-Tips. He makes great videos on karting. As we dive bomb that driver and up the ramp, we're going to be right behind this blue driver, and this blue driver is actually going to provide us a really good battle for the next 2 couple of overtakes. Now instantly I recognise that this driver is better than the rest of them, so I'm going to have to apply the pressure by getting in his view line and staying right on his bumper, and this is going to cause him to make this mistake coming up here, which I capitalise on by carrying much more speed through the corner and ultimately dive bomb him coming up the ramp. Now believe it or not, this next battle with this driver in blue was one of my favourites that I've ever had in my 10 years of go-karting experience with a public session driver. And the reason for this might surprise you. It's actually because most battles only last a couple of corners, but this battle lasted quite a few laps and was very intense. Now I want you to let me know in the comments what you think this driver was doing wrong to allow me to catch up to him so fast. I'll give you a little clue. It was because of the fact of his steering. But what specifically was it? That's up to you guys. It happened again there, so let me know if you can name it down in the comments. Now coming into his fast left-hander, it's very important to let the kart carry you through this corner, which he does not do, which allows me to get alongside, but only for a split second. And now I've noticed that the drivers behind are catching up, so I need to make a decisive move and fast if I want to complete this overtake. So I come down the ramp here and I'm alongside, I just stick it and decide to go for it, and it does pay off very nicely. And for the first time this race, I've actually had to take a defensive line into this corner to make sure I don't get re-overtaken. And this next overtake is an example of why you should always pay attention on the restarts and get on the throttle as soon as possible as we drive past that driver in orange. And coming up the ramp, we're going to try and stick around the outside of this driver in red, but it don't quite pay off. And now we're going to have to switch back over to the outside and go around the outside once again through turn number 1. And that does pay off as we use our smooth steering and slingshot down the ramp. Now this next move is going to prove how powerful that technique is here, the slingshot, and on another driver in red. We have a little look down the inside there, but nothing quite available. And then we're going to move back over to the outside to go round and slingshot with the bank corner to try and get faster speed down the ramp, but we do manage to get fully alongside and complete another overtake down the ramp. Now, you're probably not going to believe this, but we managed to do it again as we dive down the inside this one driver in red, and then slingshot once again down another driver in red down the ramp for the third and fourth times today. Nah, this is getting ridiculous. There's no way I can keep getting away with these insane slingshots. We do it again for the 5th time today, and now we're right behind this driver in purple, who is actually another aspiring content creator by the name of Dave1 Racing. But unfortunately, I do manage to get up his inside, and it's a good thing for us, but bad thing for him as we dive bomb into turn number 3. Now, as we overtake this next group of drivers, I would love to hear what your opinions are on the first race of the season in Australia. I personally thought it was a really interesting race, and the rain made it really dynamic. And I think it was great to see Russell and Kimi Antonelli doing so well in their Mercedes car, and also Norris with his first win of the season. What an awesome race. And make sure to subscribe to watch more karting content on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching this video. I love you all so much. Enjoy these last couple of overtakes, and I'll see you boys in the next one. And if you haven't already, make sure to join our free Discord server, link in bio and below the video.